You always hear the saying that, people who have a lot of money are treated better or get better breaks in the system, and I just don't want that to be true.
When it comes to the criminal work, our mission is to get the best result for the individual client. But the greater purpose is to ensure that innocent people don't get convicted in our name.
There's different powers at different levels. There's the politicians, there's the corporations, and then there's just one-on-one power on the street. We're dedicated to empowering our community, but a lot of how we do that is empowering people one by one.
I was grabbed by an officer, and I got kicked in my left eye.
They pulled me, threw me to the floor, stomped on my head.
And they kicked me one time, and then they pinned my arms behind my back.
Proof not just of police brutality, but police cruelty.
I was badly hit on my jaw, had bruises on my ribs.
Daryl Ford spent 3 months in custody, accused of shooting at police officers. Well, today, he was cleared here.
The police victimized an innocent child.
Charges are dropped against a city councilman arrested during the eviction of Occupy Wall Street protesters.
This is a much bigger issue than just his case alone.
And the question that we should ask, that for some reason hasn't been asked, is how could this happen?
Taking the small cases, I think in a lot of ways is the most important thing we do. It provides an example to people that they can assert their rights every day.
Those cases are very important to our clients. It's something that affects the way they view the world, affects the way they view their neighborhood, and they deserve to have their moment.
When the cops came, my neighbor's son was standing beside me. An officer saw him, pulled him from behind the gate and started beating on him. I said to the officer, "Why are they doing this?" When I felt a blow to the back of my leg. And when I turned around to see what hit me, he struck me on the shin. They drove off. And they left me bleeding. I was upstairs preparing my kids' dinner when they came and told me that the police was downstairs. He just told me that I'm under arrest for assaulting an officer.
This is a beast of a system in New York, and the individual sure gets lost in the system here. We're still defending individuals with very little power compared to an entire system arrayed against them and trying to take them down.
My lawyer told me to plead guilty and to do community service and get it over with. And I said, no, I am not taking a community service because I'm not guilty. And that's the time I decided on getting a different attorney. Nicole was referred to me, and I am very satisfied with her.
I've always sort of taken the approach that if my client had gone to law school, what would they say on their own behalf? I feel that I can be kind of that voice for them in a system that they're not necessarily familiar with or trained to handle. It's a lot about being there to answer questions, to take the phone calls, to provide some kind of assurance that myself and my firm are standing with them.
Nicole was so different. I felt comfortable, relaxed around her. I felt like I wasn't crazy. I have a reason to be here in this court.
All of the attorneys in this firm have an underlying common ground about what we believe in and how we treat our clients and how we want to represent our clients in the courtroom.
What's exciting is we bring sort of the strength of a firm to what's typically like an individual practice.
The powerful have the resources to fight what we're trying to do. And I think it takes resources to fight those resources. And so we've been able to put together a firm of 3 partners and associates and staff that can fight power with power.
What you need are the serious trial skills and the serious litigation skills so that if the client is looking for the best deal possible, they have a lawyer that the prosecution knows is going to work the hell out of the case if they don't give them what they want.
And I think that it gives us a unique advantage to really take a case to the finish line.
A lot of people might find themselves in a situation like me, and they might be intimidated to know that this is the police officer or this is the city. What can I do? But with lawyers like Nicole's firm, they let you know that your rights are your rights.
We all like to come to work because at the end of the day, we believe in what we're doing. And that's a big part, I think, of what makes us successful.